What is going on, guys? So excited for today. Spring is on its way. It's supposed to be a high of 60 degrees today, so I'm doing some fishing. Gonna go for some trout for sure, and maybe some sturgeon, maybe some golden trout. We'll just have to see what goes down. But yeah, some trout fishing for sure, and then all the rest of the species we'll see. Wait, I see. There's a sturgeon. A really small one. A really, really small sturgeon. Laying right there. You see that dark shape against the water? That's a sturgeon. Let's try for him. Alright guys, so for that sturgeon, I have on a brand new underwater camera. I'm gonna press the little record button. And it is recording. So screw the lid on real tight. This is a new camera called a Go Fish cam. It's brand new, and so I'm gonna try this for the first time. And I mean new, not just to me, but new to the market in general. So it's supposed to be improvement on the Water Wolf camera. I actually tried the Water Wolf camera and it stinks, to say the least. I have seen, there's a frog right down there. That is the second one I have seen here. I didn't know frogs would come out this early. Alright, so the underwater camera is down. Does he have it? Got him! Look! Sturgeon! I don't know if the underwater camera got it, but oh, that is sweet. Oh, I waited and I waited. Creek sturgeon fishing. This is sweet. First sturgeon of the year for me, if I can land it. Hopefully that underwater camera got it. Nope, no you don't. You gotta be careful with this, because I don't want him to get off. Yeah, I don't want to lose my underwater camera. Now I do have a way lighter leader on for the underwater camera, so look at that beautiful sturgeon right in this little tiny creek. No. There we go. Turn him around. Yeah, there you go, there you go. Nope, this way, this way. This way. Oh, he wants to come down this way. We'll just come down right here. Almost got him. Got him. I touched him. There we go. There we go. Turn them over on their back. And they go docile. Cool. Oh, look, the hook just came right out. Look at that. Beautiful sturgeon. First sturgeon of the year for me. First creek sturgeon. That is so cool. Beautiful fish. Probably about 4 feet long, I'm guessing. Look at that. I love their mouths. They have no teeth or anything. They're just like the vacuum cleaners of the bottom. Wow. Oh. Keep him down. Can't take him out of the water. Wait till he stops thrashing. Now I'm going to measure him according to my fishing rod. All right, this is not going to be exact, but according to fishing rod, right to the butt of it, about halfway past, well, maybe less than halfway, about to the second guide, maybe an inch or two past the second guide. Look at that. There he goes. right back to the creek for someone else to catch. That is great. All right, let's measure. I have this tape measure with me. It's an old one. It's 4 feet, like 2 inches past the second guide. So yeah, right at 4 feet, in fact, like almost exactly 4 feet. Sweet, first sturgeon of the year, 4 feet long, right in this creek. Whew. First fish caught also using the Go Fish cam. I have no guarantees about how the footage is going to turn out. Underwater footage is so much harder than it looks, but hopefully we got some good stuff, so we get to review it at home. Well guys, that is pretty sweet. First sturgeon of the year. Explored the rest of this creek, fished for a couple of the trout, but the trout are really skittish. So I'm off to another one of my favorite trout spots. If you watch my channel, you'll recognize this place. It's pretty sweet. Behold the waterfall. At first glance, I don't see any trout down there, which surprises me. Normally you can at least see the golden trout swimming around. I'm a doofus. I actually see a trout. I actually see 2, and they look like nice ones. There are 2 of them down there, almost in the white foam. All right guys, so this spot is just, it's amazing. Look how clear the water is. There's actually a spring that runs in right here, and that's why the water's so clear. And then there's those waterfalls, and there are just loads of trout, I know, right in those waterfalls. But what am I gonna do first is I'm gonna go back to my vehicle, and I'm actually gonna grab a net, like a hand net, because normally when I come here before, I've only caught small trout, but last time I was here, it was the middle of winter, and I cast right in the waterfall. I got 1 bite the whole time, but it was like a trout, I'm not joking, it was like 30 inches. It snapped my line and got away. I was using just little, like light line, I can't remember how light, but it was super light with a jerkbait on it, so it just snapped and got away. It was the biggest trout I've probably ever had on. And so what I'm gonna do is go back to my vehicle and get a net that I brought with me for easier landing in case I do hook up on a really big trout. All right, I have my net close right here. Waterfall right there. I see a trout right there. Pretty nice one. Oh, I forgot to show you guys what I'm using. I'll show you guys in a second. Got one right away. First cast. Look at that. Oh, look at that. That is a beautiful fish. Yes! Right away. I didn't even show you guys what I was using. Check this out. Beautiful trout. I mean, 5 seconds maybe, line in the water, just a few jerks. Already got this beautiful trout. Look at that. That is fantastic. I almost said this is the first trout of the year, but it's not. Look at that mouth on it. Look at that. It's like I'm pretty sure, I don't know my steelhead and stuff that well. Wow. You know what? I don't think I'm going to keep this actually. This is too beautiful. Yeah, you know what? For this one, great. You know, watch. I'm not going to catch another one the rest of the day. No, I'm pretty confident. I'm actually going to let this fish go. Look how beautiful that fish is. It's like something out of a Field and Stream magazine. Here we go. There he goes. Back out in the water. Well, this is what I meant to show you guys before I caught that fish. This is just this little sinking Rapala jerkbait, and I really catch some nice trout on this one. It's one of my favorite big trout baits. That fish was just like too beautiful to keep. I mean, normally I'm all for eating fish and I don't really care, but I don't know, there's just, that was so beautiful. And I feel like I can catch more, but sometimes, we'll see. So this is my go-to
when fishing's a little bit tough. I have here a little green and yellow rooster tail. It's like 3/16 ounce. Let's see if that gets any. So I'm thinking these trout might be just a little bit sluggish if the water's really cold. All right, little spinner out. Got one. Whoa, he's a feisty one. Swimming right toward me. Not a big guy. Not sure why I'm using the net, but nice. Little on the smallish side. One more hook. Look at that. Beautiful, beautiful little trout. I don't know. He got all 3 hooks really good, but he seems to be fine. So I'm gonna let him go. Just a little bit too small. I want a bigger one to eat. There he goes. Excellent. Second trout of the day. Let's get a bigger one. I need one to keep and eat because I planned on having my dinner, a trout dinner. So what I'm going to do here is, I've tried fishing with this spinner a little while more, nothing on it. I'm going to switch to something more flashy. I think that one's just too subtle. The silver one here. Let's see if that gets anything. So we are going to give this lure Jensen metric a try. Should give off a lot of flash in the sun and stuff. Not be so subtle. Isn't that like fishing though? You catch one on the very first cast, right at first, and you think, oh, I'll let it go. I'm gonna catch plenty more. And then I've been out here for like 20 minutes and we caught that one tiny one. So I've been about 30-40 minutes using different lures. Caught the 2 trout, but still haven't caught something to eat yet. So I'm switching to, this is what you go to when the lures aren't working. I've got a piece of worm on, a little piece of salmon egg on there. So see if we can get anything with some bait. Oh shoot, missed him. Oh, left my worm on somehow. That doesn't happen very often, where a trout leaves your worm on. Got him. Oh, it's a good one. It's a good one. Oh, look at that. Oh, it's a great one. Oh, man. Do you see this? Look at these chomps. Yes! 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 Look at that. Beautiful trout. Hook comes out. Look at this fish. We're gonna have some lunch today. Actually, it's more like dinner time. Check that fish out. Isn't that gorgeous? Beautiful rainbow trout. We got some dinner. Nice. Whoa, almost flipped out. I'm gonna take my stringer here. I love this stringer. This is a paracord stringer, E-stringer it's called, made by Ethan Karsten, I think that's your name. Ethan Karsten, he sent me one of these, said I wish you'd try my homemade stringers. I said I would. I love them. I'll put a link to them in the description. They're paracord, but they still have the clips, so they're great for trout especially. Look at that guy. It's probably like 17, 18 inches. All right. So I have on another just regular worm and on a hook, little split shot. Casting it out in the current. It's about as simple fishing as it gets. Another really good trout. Perfect eating size. Look at that guy. Perfect eating size again. Rainbow trout. There we go. 2 trout. Look at that. Beautiful. What a great day of fishing. Man, I love this. Another worm on. Just like so. Get back out there. For whatever it's worth, if you guys are new, because I know I have a lot of people who say they're new to fishing and they're watching my channel, I always retie. Whenever I catch a nice fish like that, when I'm using light line, I always retie. Because a lot of times during the fight and while you're landing the fish, your line might get some nicks in it. And so, whoa, there's a trout right there. He just came up to the top. I don't know if you saw that. But you'll have, your line can get nicks in it and stuff, especially light line. And then on your next fish, there's a weak spot in the line. It's another one, good one. Oh, he got off, shoot. Left me a lot of the worm though. That wasn't a giant, it looked to be about like 12 inches or so. Got him. But this is a little guy here. It's a little tyke. Oh, and he swallowed it. No way I'm getting that one out. Well, I'm keeping this trout. Not a big one, but since he swallowed it, he's not gonna have that good of a chance. So I'm gonna kill him real quick. Yeah, he's bleeding all over. There we go. Not a giant, but since he swallowed it, I'm gonna keep this guy. Well guys, it's been a great fall out here. Some nice silver there. So now, I'm just gonna find a little spot. We're gonna cook these up. It swam away. I saw a huge trout. There's a sucker fish right there. I just saw a huge trout right there. Gosh, there are fish all over. Whenever I've come here, it's been all washed out. Everything's kind of been messed up. So I've never fished at this spot, but this looks superb. Clean some fish here. Look at that, guys. 3 beautiful trout. I'm going straight for the big one first. Just a simple gut. Just gonna cut the head off. Throw that out there for all of the sturgeon. Cut down back side. Oh man, that looks so good. Looks like the meat is pink. Not super pink like it can be sometimes. Dude, it's pink. Just like that. That is so cool. Nice big trout there. We'll do these other ones. Get cooking. And this is that small one I had to keep. So I just kind of cut its head open there a little bit. And there, way down in the throat, is the hook. And it still has the worm on it too. It's crazy. And look at that. That's some Idaho silver right there. That's what I'm talking about. All right, guys, so I'm just going to cook these fish on this little compact traveler's cook set that I have here. This is the propane here. I got the extra small can this time. So you can get an extra small can of propane, and it fits, if you don't have that much room, it fits easier into your backpack and stuff. And then I have here, this is the actual stove top. And then since it is a little bit breezy, I'm gonna put the windshield on this. There we go. There. There we go. Set the frying pan right on top. Perfect. I'm gonna do something a little bit different this time around. I'm gonna cook the fish like normal, but instead I'm gonna get a fish sandwich out of it. So I have some bread here. I'm gonna take I guess I'll take my fillet knife, because that's the only knife I brought. We'll spread some butter on the bread. Any germs on there will cook off, I think. So a light skimming of butter on both sides of the bread. And then we're gonna stick it on there. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna toast the bread first, then I'm gonna cook the fish, then I'm gonna put the fish on the toasted bread with lettuce and tomato, and have some mayonnaise packets, and we'll make a nice fish sandwich. This summer, guys, you have to do this yourselves. Gotta try it. Summer 2018 was the first time you went out, did a catch and cook. You can catch a bluegill. Bluegill are easy to catch, even if you don't know much about fishing. Just get a worm, catch a couple bluegill, cook them up while you're out there, bring a couple of your friends. It is everybody. I promise, we've taken some friends with us. We've taken girls with us who've never done anything like that before. You know, barely even fished. Oh, I fished once with my grandpa before, but took them out, caught trout, and like cooked it up over a fire right on the river, and they talked about that for years afterwards. They thought that was so fun, and they weren't even like outdoorsy girls. Oh, look at that, just lightly toasted. Not bad. Seems a little excessively hot. Oh yeah. And we add our trout. That's what I'm talking about. Add the salt to the inside. Forgot to do that. I don't know why I'm forgetting that lately. I forget to add the seasoning before I put it on there. It's like I get too excited. I don't want my butter to burn. That's what I do, is I need to season it first thing. I'm just using today, I've used this like 3 times in a row now. I love this stuff. This is just Cajun blackened seasoning. It is delicious. But tomorrow will be a new favorite. But right now, I'm digging that stuff. Then I'm gonna add to the bread. It's a nice layer of mayonnaise there. Best Foods mayonnaise, my favorite. Then I'll add to the sandwich some lettuce. And some tomato. Boom. And a boom. And a little salt to the tomatoes. Oh, look at that. The blackened seasoning. It's light brown on the skin. Alright, so I gotta have a bite. I got the skin there. I always eat before it's done cooking, which is probably not a good idea. But I can't help it. Yeah, see, just steel right along the edge there where there are no bones. So good. So what I'm going to do is, while it's still cooking on the other side a little bit more, I'm going to take these thin parts off and I'm going to add them to my sandwich. And I'm just tearing the meat away here, and you can still see the rib bones are left right there. We definitely don't want bones in our sandwich. Oh, look at that. One thing I love about trout is when it cooks, the meat in general, except for that little part right there, the meat just comes away from the bones. No problem. Look at that with crispy skin. My mouth is literally watering it right now. At every restaurant I go to, they never add enough fish to a fish sandwich. So on this one, I am going to load it up with fish. It's always way too bready. There's the bread to fish proportion is just never right. Look how the bones just come away with the trout. And you can do this with like any trout. Look at that. Whole thing just comes right out. I can just toss that, except for that little piece. But the whole thing, toss that. And there's going to be some bones right along in here. And then make sure we got all the ribs. Oh no, we didn't get one, right? Actually, like 3 right at the end here. So I will just grab those out. Like so. We're going to add this whole piece Boom. Right to the top. Tamp it down. That's how that's the proportion of fish to bread. Boom. That's what I'm talking about. All right, so I have another piece of fish on that I put on. Now let's try this big sandwich here. I don't know if it's because I haven't eaten for like 7 hours or because this is just so good, but this is really, really good. The fish, it's every bit as thick as the bread is. This is the way it should be. Where's my napkin? If you love fishing, you have to do this with your friends this summer. It is so much fun. I grew up doing stuff like this with my brothers all the time. And it's some of the best memories we've had. And it's something where not a lot of people are doing it anymore, especially like video games and stuff. But like, because it does take a little bit of work. You have to know how to fish, and you have to know how to cook. I say that as I see my trout smoking. You have to know how to cook somewhat, but you have to try really hard to mess up a fish. Like it's hard to mess up cooking a fish because it can even be overcooked and it'll still taste amazing, which is what I do a lot. So it does take a little bit of work to do it, but it's one of those things where when you go out with your friends and you do it, everybody loves it. And it's something, I've done it before when I was a teenager, and I'm not kidding, for years afterwards, the people we went out with would talk about it. Like, remember when we went out to the river and we'd catch like 2 trout even. Got 2 small trout and we cooked them up. That was so much fun. One time even we brought out playing cards and we had this little tiny table. So we cooked up trout and then we played cards on this little tiny card table right out on the riverbank. And everybody thought it was so much fun. Guys, thank you so much for hanging out today. Hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. Please smash that subscribe button if you're new. 2018 is going to be a great fishing season. See you guys in the next one.